So in this video, I'm going to give you the exact formula so that you could beat the LSAT and get a 170 plus. It's an exact step-by-step formula. It's foolproof. It's as close to a guarantee to your goal score as you could get. So please, I'm begging you, watch this video if you are studying for the LSAT. This formula will get you to your goal score. It's just a matter of time. I'm begging you, I'm begging you, I'm begging you. Trust me, I know it sounds crazy, but this could save you literally 200K just in this video. So, okay, all right, let's get into it. Well, first off, who am I? My name is Diego Sarmiento. I was one of 100 people in the entire world to score a perfect score on the LSAT. Last year, I was the only Latino in the entire world last year to score a perfect score on the LSAT. I got admission to Harvard Law School, Stanford Law School. I'm also an LSAT tutor dozens of people to get them above a 170 score on the LSAT. And I'm on a mission to democratize this information. I want everybody to be involved in the law field, everyone who wants to. I just want a more diverse, group of lawyers so that the law will work for everybody. That's a little bit about me. So, okay, let's get into this exact formula to get you to beat the LSAT, to beat law school admissions, and to get into your dream school. Okay, all right, it's simple. It's just three things. Do these three things. Okay, the first thing is get LSAT accommodations. So what are LSAT accommodations? So the LSAT is, registered and done by a group called LSAC with a C. The LSAC is the one that, delivers and, hosts all the official tests. And the LSAC is very accommodating when it comes to the LSAT. So basically, if you are in the 5% of people who have never gone through any struggle or hardship in their life, they've never gone through any physical, mental, family problems, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're in the 95% of us who are watching who have gone through some sort of physical, mental, or even something as small as like test anxiety, that is enough for you to get LSAT accommodations. So the majority of you watching this, if not everybody, you are eligible for LSAT accommodations. This will give you, instead of 35 minutes on the test, it will give you 53 minutes to take each LSAT section. This by itself will bump your score up by like 5 points at least overnight. And it'll build such great habits for you to go slow on the LSAT, to really understand what you're reading, to really understand the argument, and it'll help you improve over the long term. So number one thing, get accommodations, okay? That's accommodations. So what's the formula though? So the formula is get accommodations, follow my 1 hour per day study plan. I'll explain in this video what it is. It's super simple. And then basically copy the exact way I do as a 180 scorer, do logical reasoning and reading comp questions. I have a simple 3-step method for each of them. I'll go into it in this video. But if you do those three things, literally it's a matter of a few months, if you stay consistent, that you'll get your goal score, I promise. And let's break down why. First off, if you want more individualized studying, if you want an individualized study plan, live tutoring, everything I know about the LSAT, law school admissions that got me into Harvard, personal statements, all that is in the link in the description. You could buy my live tutoring and you get hours of video content of me breaking down law school admissions, the LSAT, everything I need to know. I almost guarantee you your goal score. So this free content is great, but if you want more of a guarantee and to speed up this process, make it a lot easier, go there. I'm so proud that we're only charging $20 an hour for it. We're charging 10 times less than other services. So go buy a month of that in the link in the description. We're getting great results. So there's that. So okay, let's break down why is this formula, why is it so magical? Why is it going to change your life? Well, we talked about accommodations. That'll bump your score up by 5 points overnight. It's really easy. You'll get that. Make the commitment right now. You're going to get accommodations. Number two is the 1 hour. Well, let's go to number three. Number three is copying the way I do my logical reasoning and reading comp. And it's simple. You treat every question the same. On logical reasoning, you treat every question the same. On reading comp, you treat every passage the same. And I have a simple 3-step method for each. Go watch the other videos. I break it down. Go watch them, but I'll break it down really quickly here. Logical reasoning, what you do, number one, you do active reading. You understand and engage with each sentence before moving on. That's number one. Number two, you find the argument and then you destroy the argument. That's number two. Number three, what you do is before you look at the answer choices, you make a prediction. So you're going to do this 3-step method for every single logical reasoning question, no matter if it's question 1, question 25. Don't worry about question types. Do this. So what you do, you read the passage, actively read. You read the passage, you understand what the argument is, you find a hole in the argument, and then only then do you read the question. Never read the question first, and then you make a prediction, and only then do you look at the answers. That's simple. You could watch my past videos going over it. So there's that. And then reading comp, the 3-step method for reading comp is you start with reading the passage. You don't read all the passages and then choose the easiest one. No, you start with the first passage. You again actively read, you understand and engage with each sentence before moving on. You actively read. Number 2, super important. After every sentence, you ask yourself, okay, interesting, but what does this sentence tell me about the author's opinion of this passage? So after every sentence, I'm going to say it one more time because it's so important. After every sentence, you pause and ask yourself, okay, what does this sentence tell me about the author's opinion on the subject? You are going to be a detective, an annoyed detective. After every sentence, you're going to ask this question, and you're going to figure out what the author's opinion is on the subject. Why? For multiple reasons. Because it'll keep you engaged, it'll keep you locked in. So many people lose focus and it gets hard, but if you have this guiding question, it'll keep you locked in and focused on the passage. Number 2, most of the questions on reading comp are have to do with what the author's opinion is on the subject. So if you keep asking yourself that question, you'll, 1, be assisted when you go to the questions, but 2, it'll help you stay focused on the passage, and 3, a lot of times the author's opinion is only stated really subtly in a few words in the whole passage, so if you keep asking that question, you'll be sure to find it. So there's that. The 3rd step for reading comp, which is very important too, is after you do that for the whole passage, you pause before looking at the first question, and after reading the passage, you pause and you summarize what you just read in 2 to 3 sentences in your head. Once you've done that, only then do you look at the first question. The first question is usually, hey, what's the main point? You've already predicted it. You go into that answer super easy. You just find your prediction, and then you're off guns blazing to the next questions. That's exactly what you do for every passage. It's all you need to know for the LSAT. So if you do that with accommodations, you're already ahead of everyone else, because you're attacking the LSAT the way a 180 scorer does, and you have accommodations, dude, you'll be unstoppable. Okay, finally, the last step is following my 1 hour per day study schedule. So again, you could watch another video, but I'll break it down to right now what it is and make sure we're good on time. Okay, perfect. So the 1 hour a day study schedule is simple. So on Monday, you choose a practice test and you do the first time section of it. If you have accommodations, it'll take you about an hour. So that's what you do on Monday. Review your missed answers, rigorously review them, do them blind. You'll probably only be able to get through a few of them, so probably an hour and a half on Monday. Then what you do on Tuesday, you finish your review of your missed questions of the time section on Monday, and then you spend the next half an hour just drilling, which is going one question at a time. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, what you do is you choose a second time section of the same test that you did on Monday. Thursday, what you do, you review the missed questions that you did on Wednesday, and you do drilling for reading comp. And then Friday, you do the third time section for that same test that you did Monday, Wednesday. Hopefully you see what I mean. Saturday, you do drilling for whichever one you're weakest at. I would say do logical reasoning. And then Sunday, you could either drill logical reasoning or reading comp, or you could do the fourth section of the test that you did Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you do this, you're doing one test a week, you're rigorously reviewing, you're doing blind review, you're doing a mix of time sections and drilling. That's the best study schedule you could do. If you want to add an hour on top of this, you could just add an hour of drilling of whatever you want to do on top of this, but don't do more than 2 to 3 hours per day. It'll burn you out. Do this 1 hour per day study schedule. I promise it's all you need. If you do these 3 things, do my study schedule, copy the way I do the LSAT, and get accommodations, it literally is everything you need to know, and it'll just be a matter of time until you get your goal score on the LSAT. I promise you. So please, I beg you, follow these steps, especially accommodations. It'll make life so much easier. Do these 3 things, and it's literally just a matter of time until you reach your goal score. Again, let's summarize: accommodations, copy the way I do the LSAT, do the 1 hour a day study schedule. If you want more individualized tutoring, access to me, You get direct access to me for any LSAT question, $20 an hour. Buy a month of it in the link in the description. I can't wait to see you there. Hopefully I see you there. I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, follow, subscribe. That stuff is free to like, comment, follow, subscribe. It'll help spread the word, and it'll help democratize this law school information so that more people could become lawyers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.